Myself, Vinod Kumar B, PG to Commerce, ACT. Today we will discuss about international business. This is your last chapter. Okay, we will go through international business. International business. Okay, you have already studied about. So, what is the aim of learning this topic? After studying this topic, you will be able to state the meaning of international business. You can distinguish between internal and international business. You can discuss the scope of international business and you will be able to enumerate the benefit of international business. So now we can see what is international business. From second chapter in commerce, you studied internal trade and external trade. So internal trade ampada trade take place within the country is known as internal trade, and trade take place beyond the boundaries of a country. That means trade take place outside the boundaries of a country. We are calling it as external trade. In the same way, here instead of trade, what term came? Business came. So, business transaction taking place beyond the boundaries, beyond the geographical boundaries of one's own country is known as international trade. That means if you are doing a business, suppose आप इंडिया है, हम इंडिया है, हम एक business कर रहे हैं with Pakistan, so we can call it as international business. Or we are doing a business with Japan or USA, whatever it may be, it will go beyond our boundaries. Okay, so international or external business can be defined as those business activities that take place across the national frontiers. So हम पहले पढ़ा international trade or external trade, but here you have to understand that international business not only involves movement of goods and services, but it also includes capital, personnel, technology, and intellectual property like patents, trademark, technical know-how, and copyright. So anything of commercial value, if transiting, we make a business transaction between or among the countries can be called as international business. Okay, now why international business? What is the reason for international business? The main reason behind international business is that the countries. So what is the reason for international business? The fundamental reason behind international business is that countries cannot produce equally well or cheaply all that they need. Say इंडिया हम जानते हैं, इंडिया में कुछ कुछ चीज़ अच्छा से चीपली हम प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, बट जापान कैनॉट प्रोड्यूस. से फॉर एग्जांपल हम टी प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, कोकोनट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, ऐसा इक्वली अदर कंट्रीज कैनॉट प्रोड्यूस बिकॉज द रीजन इज दैट अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ नेचुरल resources among different countries or differences in their productivity levels. In addition to that, availability of factors of production like labor, capital, and raw materials that are required for producing different goods and services differ among nations. क्योंकि because of when we are using advanced technology, उधर हमको labor less चाहिए. We need a less labor when we are using advanced technology. टेक्नोलॉजी कम है तो उधर लेबर ज़्यादा चाहिए. ऐसा भी प्रॉब्लम, ऐसा डिफरेंसेस भी है. ओके, दैट इज द मेन रीजन वाई कंट्रीज ट्रेड विथ अदर्स एंड एंगेज इन व्हाट इज नोन एज इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस. सो मेन रीजन है अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस एंड वेरियस फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन लाइक लेबर, कैपिटल एंड रॉ मटेरियल्स. ओके, now Now we can see what is the difference between international business and domestic or business, internal business. We know the managing and conducting of international business operation is more complex than domestic business. The key aspects in respect of which domestic and international businesses differ from each other can be discussed. Now we can see what are the differences. See, one is nationality of buyers and sellers. You know, in case of domestic business, both the buyers and sellers are from the same country. But in case of international business, buyers and sellers come from different countries. Say for example, हम इंडिया है, हमारे डोमेस्टिक ट्रेड में इंडिया का आदमी बायर्स बहुत बायर्स एज वेल एज सेलर्स दोनों इंडिया का अंदर का आदमी है. बट इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस में बायर दूसरा कुछ कंट्री होगा, सेलर सपोज हम सेलर है, सो बायर होगा यूएसए का आदमी होगा, जापान का कोई होगा. Okay, so nationality of buyers and sellers differ. Next is nationality of other stakeholders. Stakeholders simply means those who are interested in business. So normally our stakeholder includes employees, suppliers, shareholders or partners and general public who interact with the business firms. So in case of domestic business, all of these stakeholders normally belong to a single country, one country only. But in case of international business, stakeholders belonging to different nations. Shareholders भी दूसरा country का आदमी होगा, suppliers दूसरा country का आदमी होगा, employees होगा. So international business में stakeholders differ, stakeholders spread in different countries. Next is mobility of factors of production. The degree of mobility of factors like labor and capital is generally less between countries than within a country. Okay, क्योंकि these factors within a country, these factors of movement can move freely. There exist various restrictions to their movement across the nations. ज़्यादा दूसरा कंट्री में हम कुछ ट्रांसफ़र करने के लिए, मूविंग करने के लिए उधर रेस्ट्रिक्शन होगा, एक्सपोर्ट रेस्ट्रिक्शन और कस्टम्स होगा, बहुत प्रॉब्लम होगा. इवन लेबर आप जानते हैं दूसरा कुछ कंट्री में जाना है तो हमको क्या चाहिए, वीज़ा चाहिए. ओके, ऐसा बहुत चीज़ है. नेक्स्ट इज customer heterogeneity across markets. Heterogeneity means what is it? Difference in taste, preference, etc. We can call heterogeneous. On the opposite to homogeneity. Homogeneity means if taste preference एक ही है तो same है तो इसका हम बोलेगा homogeneity. Otherwise we can call it as heterogeneity. So normally the persons taste and preference even in the country differ to some extent, but in case of international business this difference is more because they differ in their socio-cultural background. Next is differences in business system and practices. Normally in a country the business systems and practices are almost equal, not perfectly equal but almost equal. But in case of international business these differences are considerably much more. Next is political system and risk. Political factors like type of government, political party system, political ideology, political risk, etc. have a profound impact on business operations. So, since a business person is familiar with the political environment of his own country, he or she can well understand it and predict its impact on business operation. क्योंकि हम इंडिया में सपोज बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, हमको जानते हैं हमारा पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम क्या है, पॉलिटिकल एनवायरनमेंट क्या है. सो अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैन प्रेडिक्ट इट्स इम्पैक्ट. बट दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल विद इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस because political environment differ from one country to another. हमारा political environment differ होगा, जापान का differ होगा, USA का differ होगा. So international business में आपको ये प्रॉब्लम आएगा we cannot exactly predict the political environment of different nations. Next is business regulations and policies. So each country normally evolves its own set of business laws and regulations. So normally in a country, these regulations, laws, economic policy, etc. are more or less uniformly applicable within a country. But in case of international business, these laws, regulations, economic policy, etc. differ widely among different nations. Same way, tariff and taxation policy, import quota system, subsidies, and other controls adopted by a nation are not the same as in other countries and often discriminate against foreign products, services, and capital. That means अपना कंट्री है तो हमारा रेगुलेशन एंड पॉलिसीज ऑलमोस्ट सेम है. सिक्किम में तो भी, बंगाल है तो भी थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफरेंस होगा. बट व्हेन वी आर डीलिंग विथ अदर कंट्री, this difference is much more. Next is currency used in business transaction. Another important difference, the currency. Normally in case of national business or internal business, it involves the use of only one currency. But in case of international business, we are using different currencies. Normally the exchange rate, that is the price of one currency expressed in relation to that of another country's currency, keeps on fluctuating. आप जानते हैं, we are normally comparing the money with the US dollar. So आज 70 रुपीस होगा US डॉलर का, tomorrow 72 होगा और उसका बाद 69 होगा. ऐसा फ्लक्चुएट है, चेंजिंग है. So this normally added to the problems of international business firms in fixing prices of their products and hedging against foreign exchange risk. क्योंकि हम अभी फिक्स करना तो तुरंत नेक्स्ट डे the price will change. That means the exchange rate may change. That is another important problem. Scope of international business, that means area of operation and its modes of entry into international business. So पहले हम डिस्कस किया, इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस इज मच broader than in the internal trade. It includes not only international trade but also a wide variety of other ways in which the firm operates internationally. So now we can see what are the various forms of business operations that constitute international business. Okay, we will discuss one by one. One is merchandise exports and imports. Merchandise means simply goods which are tangible. That means which can be seen or touched. Our normal goods को हम बोलेगा merchandise. So merchandise exports means sending tangible goods abroad, outside the country. Import means bringing tangible goods from a foreign country to one's own country. So merchandise exports and imports is also known as trade in goods. It includes only tangible goods and exclude trade in services. So merchandise exports and imports is one way of entering into international business. Next is service exports and imports. In the same way, service, it is intangible which cannot be seen or touched. So service imports and exports involves trade in intangibles. It is because of the intangible aspects of services that trade in service also known as invisible trade. Service exports and imports also known as invisible trade because they are tangible in nature. Intangible in nature. So normally a wide variety of services we are traded internationally, which includes tourism and travel, boarding and lodging, means hotel and restaurants, entertainment and recreation, transportation, professional service, educational and financial services, etc. They are service exports and imports. This is another way of entering into international business. Next is licensing and franchising. Licensing simply means permitting another party, a third party in a foreign country to produce and sell goods under our trademark, patents or copyright in lieu of some fee which is known as licensing. So हम दूसरे एक आदमी को, अदर कंट्री के एक आदमी को हमारा गुड्स, हमारा ट्रेडमार्क यूज़ कर कर, हमारा पैटर्न यूज़ कर कर प्रोड्यूस एंड सेल करने के लिए परमिशन दे रहा है, इसका बोलेगा लाइसेंसिंग. ओके, एंड वी आर चार्जिंग ए फी विच इज़ नोन एज लाइसेंसिंग. It is another way of entering into international business. Franchising is also similar to licensing, but franchising is used in connection with the provision of services. That means tangible things है तो goods है तो हम licensing use कर रहे हैं, service है तो we use the term franchising. Another way is foreign investment. Foreign investment is another form of international business. So whenever we are investing fund abroad in exchange for our financial return, maybe dividend or profit or interest, etc., it is known as foreign investment. There are two types of foreign investment. One is direct investment and other is portfolio investment. Direct investment means when we are investing directly in properties such as plant and machinery in foreign countries with a view to undertaking production and marketing of goods and services in that countries. That means we are simply directly investing in a business there in outside the country, that is known as direct investment. Portfolio investment means it is an investment that a company makes into another company by way of purchasing shares or providing loans to the latter and earns income in the way of dividend or interest. सो हम दूसरा कुछ कंट्री का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का शेयर परचेज कर रहा है, डिबेंचर परचेज कर रहा है, नहीं तो इनको लोन दे रहा है. इट इज़ नोन एज पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और आउटसोर्सिंग. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सिंपली मीन्स वी आर मेकिंग ए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विथ ए फर्म आउटसाइड द country with one or more manufacturers in foreign countries to get certain components or goods produced as per our specification. Say for example हमारा कुछ प्रोडक्ट का पार्ट्स बनाने के लिए हम कोई फॉरेन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को दे रहा है, इसको बोलेगा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. दे आर मेकिंग द एंड गिविंग टू अस. ओके, आउटसोर्सिंग इज ऑल्सो सिमिलर टू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. हियर वी आर permitting other party to produce the goods as per our or by using our labels, that is known as outsourcing. Next is joint ventures. Joint ventures simply means establishing a firm that is jointly owned by two or more otherwise independent firms. In the widest sense, it can also be described as any form of association which implies collaboration for more than a transitory period. That for example हमारा एक ए लिमिटेड है और जापान में एक बी लिमिटेड है, हम दोनों कोलाबोरेट कर रहे हैं एंड स्टार्टिंग न्यू फर्म ए बी लिमिटेड, दैट इज जॉइंट वेंचर. नेक्स्ट इज ओनली ऑन द सब्सिडरीज. When a company acquires full control over the foreign company by making 100% investment in its capital, it is known as only on the subsidiaries. It can be established in two ways. One is setting up a new firm altogether to start operations in a foreign country. It is also referred as greenfield venture. Or second option है acquiring an established firm in the foreign country and using that firm to manufacture and or promote its products in the host nation. So हम पूरा 100% हम इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है दूसरा एक कंपनी में. सो दूसरा कंपनी को हम सब्सिडरी बोलेगा, हमको बोलेगा पेरेंट कंपनी. Okay, that is only on the subsidiaries. That means 100% investment is made by the parent company. So these are the various modes of entry into the international business. Now we can see what are the benefits of international business. Because of international business, both our country or nation as well as business firms are getting some benefits. So now we can discuss the various benefits of international business to the nations as well as business firms. First of all, we can see what are the benefits of international business to the firms. To the nations or countries. First of all, earning foreign exchange. Through exporting, we are getting foreign exchange, means foreign currencies we are getting. That is one of the important source of finance for our issue of currency. Second is more efficient use of resources. हम पहले बोल दिया मेनली रीजन फॉर इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस इज दैट अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज है. So whenever we are entering into international business, we can use our resources more efficiently. Next is improving growth prospects and employment potentials. So whenever we are spreading or we are entering into international business, normally our area of operation is increasing. Accordingly, we can provide more employment opportunities also. Next is increased standard of living. Whenever an area is covered more or getting more employment potentials up jante, normally the standard of living of people will also be increased. These are the various benefits to countries. Now we can see what are the benefits of international business to firms. One is prospects for higher profits. That means suppose I am doing a business only national level. उधर हमारा सेल कर रहा है 10 lakhs का. But whenever we are going international level, this 10 lakh will be increased to 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs. So normally when sale is increasing, our profits will also be increased. Next is a increased capacity utilization. So for example, suppose I have a production unit, उसमें मैं बन सकता है एक दिन 1000 units. Assume that I can produce 1000 units per day, means 2,50,000 units in a 25,000 units in a month. But it is having only, we are having only demand for 10,000 products. So बाकी 15,000 का capacity हम utilize नहीं कर रहे हैं. That can be possible when we enter into international business. Next is prospects for growth. So normally whenever we are entering into international business, automatically we are getting the growth prospects for our firm. Next is way out to intense competition in domestic markets. So domestic market, आप जानते हैं there are much competition. So to escape from competition, we can sell our product international level also. So we can escape from the intense competition in domestic market through international business. Next is improved business vision. As a part of improved business vision, also we can enter into international business. These are the various benefits of international business to firms. Okay, thank you. I think you got something from me. Thank you. Okay.